Hello and welcome everybody to Get Good Season 5 EU Edition. Today we're in round 5, day 2, excuse me. And for your casting entertainment, I'm going to be Sir Waltham, joined by Ocean. Today we have BEESWARM versus Whole Snack on the table here as it goes. Ocean, what do you think about these two teams?
Yeah, both these teams struggling in our expert division so far, heading into week 3. BEESWARM with a record of 2-2, and Wholesnack with a record of 1-3. Now, Wholesnack actually caught my eye when I was looking at the preferred heroes they like to play: Sombra, Echo, and Brigitte. So they seem to be a little bit ahead of the rest of the other teams and what compositions they would like to play, as the dive composition with the Sombra and Echo and Brigitte has gained a lot of traction in recent weeks. If you have been watching Overwatch League and Chinese contenders in particular, Team CCs look really, really strong in that composition with innovation on the Sombra. So it's interesting to see how that's sort of translated over to the lower tiered scene. And let's see if Holstein are able to pull off that composition, because it is very difficult to play.
Yeah, do you think it's more of a specialized composition, or do you think we'll be seeing it pretty much throughout most of our maps as we move forward here, Ocean?
It's a map, or it's a composition that really depends on the map. So you're going to be running this composition when there's a lot of high ground to play. So your dive tanks typically is about the dive tanks, although you can sometimes see the double shield with it. But the dive tanks are really, really good at oppressing enemy backlines and supports just by dominating high ground. So then your DPS have a lot more angles to flank and catching supports off guard and get some kills. So it definitely depends on the map, and it is a very difficult composition to play. And that might have been their downfall so far this season. They are 1-3, and on the other side, BEESWARM look to play more consistent compositions, like their flex DPS like to play a lot of Pharah, their support line likes to play Ana Lucio. So they like to play the more consistent compositions, and they seem to have a very consistent record of 2-2.
Well, it will. We'll have to find out if consistency beats explosive variance here as we move forward. But looking ahead, our first map we know is going to be Lijiang Tower. How do these teams fare up on the Lijiang Tower, whether in map differential or in team composition?
Map differential is a little bit difficult for us to know. We don't actually have that information with us currently, but team composition wise, I would say this benefits BEESWARM a lot more. That explosive dive composition with the Sombra and the Echo is pretty good on Lijiang Garden, but on the other 2 points, you prefer to run those more broadly compositions. And when you have a very capable Ana player, that can definitely help you. So BEESWARM looking like the team to be on this opening map of Lijiang.
Yeah, you talk about the high flying capabilities in Garden. Certainly, I certainly like to see it. I hope it doesn't go to a 2-0, night market and command center. I do want to see Gardens take place at some point, even if it's no longer as relevant. I always love the opportunity to see a Pharah come out onto the field. So, that's what I personally am going to be hoping for. I think we're just waiting for these teams to get readied up and get into the action. But before we do, Ocean, do you have any more kind of predictions or thoughts for us as we head into Lijiang?
Not really, but we do want to go over the format. The map order is Control, Escort, Hybrid, and Assault. And if you didn't know, here at Get Good, if you lose the first map, you have the opportunity to pick the next from our selected map pool. So if you lose this Control map of Lijiang, you get to pick the next map of Escort, and that definitely can help you, if you're trying to get back into a series. And another thing that is interesting is that the team that wins the map gets to just choose if they defend or attack first, which is always super interesting to see if there's a little trend there on a team with setting win conditions if they get to defend first.
Yeah, it also kind of allows you to set the pace as well. So it's very interesting to see how those how there can be some snowball potential as it moves forward. As a team wins a map. That momentum can just kind of carry with them, or it can, obviously be stopped. It's not just, win the first map and you continue to win for the rest of the game. We can see some shakeups here as we move forward.
Yeah, definitely agreed. Super excited to get into this first map, and especially I like our map order because we have that sneaky last map of that assault game type, the 2CP game mode, which is exclusive to Overwatch, and that map type hidden at the end usually boasts a lot of surprises. It usually has a unique skill set that doesn't really transfer over from other games. So I definitely like that choice of map order.
Yeah, I certainly have to agree. And it looks like as we're ready to head into the map, I'm gonna get my wish of seeing Gardens come out early into this setup. It will be our first map here on Lijiang.
Yeah, Gardens, as I said, might benefit Whole Snack. You're able to play a lot more of that open composition, and usually the dive composition, Stonebear and Echo have a lot of routes to go on different flanks, so it'll definitely be favored towards Whole Snack based on what they like to play.
Yeah, certainly a lot of options here, I'd think, as we give a little bit of a heads up to what the team's rosters are going to be looking like. For the side of, I believe it will be BEESWARM, we're going to be seeing Neptune and Olsik on the tank roles, Rifler Texor on the DPS, Emerald and Marb on the support in kind, and on the other side of the field, Linda Kurosa on the tanks, Ritziak and Labradoodle on the DPS, Wolfish Magic and Atsu on the supports.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how both of these different tank pairings before the dive sets out, because we do have the Winston and the Wrecking Ball mirrors here, which are a little bit different in how they play. Winston play a little more aggressive and go out fights, while Wrecking Ball just looking to display play.
Yeah, they're certainly going to be looking for it already. The dogfight taking action in midair is going to be Texor coming out the victor in that fight, getting a couple boops on both ends. Neptune, CZ, and Texor both going to be getting some knocks. The Tracer trying to be a pest coming in from Ritziak. Not going to be quite finding it though, as it's going to be BEESWARM, the favored to win this fight. They're going to be taking the first early kills and first possession if this momentum tends to carry them, which it looks like it just might.
Yeah, Texor that's really good on the far in that opening fight. I think 3 or 4 kills for that far. It's going to be difficult for the offending side now in Whole Snack to see if they can deal with that far, who is now controlling so much space, controlling so much sightlines, and they are always up to that barrage as well.
Yeah, Texor are going to be having that barrage, taking a little bit of peppering from Labradoodle, but not forced out of the sky quite yet. We're here with these Whole Snack on the attack, ready to push in. They're going to be going for it, laying toes first on the point, but Texor getting an early kill on the Wolfish Magic means a little less healing going to be available for that Whole Snack. Heal gets leveled a little bit in Whole Snack's favor as two do go down, Emerald and Rifler, and now Whole Snack's seeing them to swing back strong as they're going to be able to flip the point.
Yeah, they use the advantage of having the far able to control the sightlines at the start of that fight, but what Whole Snack did so well there is they kind of scouted out the positioning of the BEESWARM lineup, and they kind of just poked in, took a bit of damage, and then noticed the support and the Widowmaker at the back, the Ana and the Widow, Emerald and Rifler at the back, just on their own, and then their dive came right through the Tracer, the Woods, and the Diva, all on top of them, and they were not long after this well.
They certainly weren't. The Nano Boost going to be going on to Linda, absolutely trying to tear up the sniper line, and they're going to succeed. Kurosu going to be trying to drop the Diva Bomb, not finding anything except a D-Mech onto Olsik, but it's going to be enough as Linda continues to tear up the rest of the tank line, and with this BEESWARM just doesn't have the front line, they need to take it back.
Yeah, Neptune now making the switch over to the Winston. We saw them on the Wrecking Ball in the first fight, just to have a little bit more stability in the tank line. But the aggressive decision making of Linda and Kurosu on the Winston Diva just won them that fight. You know, Nanobase came on to Linda, and now Atsu's already 47% to that Nano Boost, so they can play aggressive soon again. So let's see if they can continue that trait.
We'll certainly have to find out. The duplicate going to be coming out from Labradoodle, trying to get a Diva copy here. Not able to build up the Diva Bomb as fast as you might like. Texor in the building, trying to get the Rocket Barrage, gets slept, gets stunned, gets anti-nated. Everything coming in onto that Farah, but a Concussion Blast going out onto the Diva to match, going to be taking them out. And BEESWARM now has man advantage. They're leaning on it a little bit. An anti-nade going onto Wolfish Magic, going to make them tough to sustain themselves. Atsu trying to help, but can only do so much. Wolfish Magic does get the D-Mech on the Olsik, as we see Labradoodle trying to duel this Ana. Not able to fire fast enough. Emerald able to get that Nano Boost off onto Neptune. And as we see them continuing to try to build up that space, Labradoodle going to be burning down Emerald. Rifler trying to get a little bit of tickle damage, but the Tracer v Tracer battle does not go in their favor, as Ritziak going to take them down with a melee punch to the back of the head as they try to run away. It's going to be continued to be held by Whole Snack.
Yeah, Whole Snack looks so much more decisive on this dive composition. Labradoodle getting a kill on the Texor to kick this last fight off.
Yeah, they're going to be trying. It's just going to be the Diva and Moira trying to maintain some sort of semblance on this point. The Mercy having to pop Valk just to be able to contest. It's not looking great, however, a few kills going in favor of the side of BEESWARM, but it may not be enough. Atsu, the only one to fall. Now Labradoodle falling might help, but Marv having to take them out with Mercy on their own means they aren't going to be able to heal their team. The Primal coming out from Linda to try to secure this point, but the Winston now having toes on the point, trying to just buy this space, and doesn't look like the team of Holsnack is able to really deal with this Winston, at least not as immediately. And Texor coming in with the Rocket Barrage, trying to turn things around, going to take down Ritziak, but that might be the only thing they find. The point getting closer and closer to being in BEESWARM's favor, and right now Linda taking a few bullets from Olsik right now. And the duplicate once again coming in from Labradoodle is going to be opting into that D.Va again, gets D-mech'd from the D.Va bomb from Olsik. Little D.Va versus D.Va bloodbath going on here. And it's so close to getting Marv taken down from Kurosu, but it's just not going to succeed. And right now it's looking like Holsnack finally able to lock it down. They will, it gets secured.
Yeah, they take Garden, as we kind of suspected, as that they looked good on the dive composition before. And I mean, they didn't use the Sombra this time around, but they did use the Echo, and Labradoodle looked really strong on that Echo here. Of course, Echo is sort of still new to Overwatch, but we kind of already know how she plays. And Linda, she looked really, really good on the main tank. Very decisive and aggressive Winston play, which kind of just shut out the sports and rifler on the side of BEESWARM.
Yeah, I was rather surprised the swing back we saw come in from Holsnack. They lost about 50% of the fight after the point after the first push. They able to come in, retake it absolutely successfully.
Yeah, let's see if they can keep that trade again. They are gonna switch it up. They're gonna go to a double shield composition while Dive is gonna be stuck out by BEESWARM.
Yeah, Texor going to be taking an early kill onto Ritziak. You hate to lose that Civ, especially in these barrier-style defensive compositions. It's going to be a little bit easier now for the side of BEESWARM to get the dive in, but they're going to be still very hesitant as Labradoodle does have that Mei able to wall off, able to freeze down those dive targets. A big anti-nade coming in from Emerald, taking down the tanks to be immune to that healing, or unable to be healed. Labradoodle taking down Olsik as they pop out of the D.Va mech, though. That's a decent pop. But Texor, even more decent, getting a triple kill with the Rocket Barrage. It's just going to be the Mei by Labradoodle, trying to make something happen. The Sim able to get back on the point, takes an anti-nade as well. Not able to do the damage on the Neptune. And with that, it looks like this point might flip to BEESWARM. The melee from Rifle secures it.
Yeah. And Holsnack, they go for this double barrier composition, teleport to point. However, heads up play from Texor starts up the fight really well for BEESWARM. And what they do is they misplay this a lot. They don't play around the natural cover around the point, giving Texor open sightlines, just build up that barrage, and we saw how deadly that barrage was.
It certainly was extremely deadly. Ritziak going to be switching on to the McCree, try to deal with the Pharah a little bit better. The Nano going on to the Winston, almost gets walled off, but not quite. That Reinhardt brought dangerously low. Linda able to... For their troubles. From Linda going to be taking it happen. We'll have to see if it secures any kills as we move in. But we're gonna need a pause coming in from the game real quick so we can get production issues figured out. For just one moment, folks.
I'm on fire. I'm here.
No one can hide from my sight.
Thanks for hanging in there with us, folks. We have hopefully got all our technical issues figured out. We will be getting this game going once again as we push through. Just a little bit of a recap. We are on Lijiang Tower. We're going to be taking it to Night Market, or continuing it at Night Market. It's going to be BEESWARM holding the point. They're at about 59%. Ocean, where else did we leave off?
I mean, we left off with some awesome plays from Texor, who now has another barrage built up. So we'll see how that goes, because it's very difficult to push into a Pharah, as we have seen Texor, especially Texor's Pharah,
yes,
as we've seen from the first couple of instances. We've seen Texor on this map, but we're ready to get back in the action, and let's see what happens.
Yeah, it looks like Texor already ready to just throw down some rockets. In fact, might be setting up for that barrage once again, but an early couple kills and an anti-nade that's huge coming in. Neptune's going to be taken down quickly. Man, Holsnack didn't even have a chance.
That was a lot of damage. A lot of damage.
Yeah.
coming in from the Winston and the Pharah. That damage boosted forward and just built up so much damage into that bulk composition. Richie now going over to the Reaper, so they're going to try and brawl on point as fast as they can. However, the problem is they got to deal with this threat in the sky before they even get there. There's another kill.
Yeah, now the touch needs to come through for Holstack. The Earth Shatter going to come in, only going to land on the Olsek. The Rocket Barrage trying to come in from Texor, but it looks like Holstack learned their lesson. Kurosu was going to be there with the Diva Matrix, but it's not going to be enough as the remaining members get cleaned up. The Primal in from Neptune, but not going to be popped quite yet. The sound barrier just to help secure the few remaining members from Wolfish. They're going to be trying to keep up, but it doesn't look like it's going to be quite enough. Linda coming in on the Wrecking Ball, trying to make something happen as you need to when this point is so close to being captured for the enemy team. But it looks like it's not going to be in favor of Holsnack quite yet. The Reaper trying to tuck into Olsek, really pumping them full of that shotgun damage, but just gets run over. A bug on the windshield of Olsek as the point goes over to BEESWARM.
Yeah, Holsnack struggling to push into the space that was being controlled by Texor and Rifler. They didn't know where they were going. They were trying to path a route to the point so that they can use their brawl composition. However, I feel like they maybe should have made the decision after the first fight, after they lost the first fight, so the second fight, to go over to the dive composition and mirror, because they mirrored the dive composition in the first round. They look really, really strong.
Yeah, I have to agree. Now, Ocean, we're seeing a little bit of a preview as to what we might expect for this round. Holstack looking like they might opt into the Reinhardt Zarya. What are your thoughts?
I mean, they probably can play the Reinhardt Zarya. Their tank players look really, really capable. Linda looked very mechanically good on the Winston, so we'll see how it works out. And we're also going to run with the Symmetra for a little bit of extra speed to get to the point, and then run this full brawl composition.
Yeah, gonna be pretty much a very similar comp coming through. The Moira Ana gonna be the difference maker here, but Rifler taken down rather early by Ritziak on that Reaper, able to just get that damage in with those Hellfire shotgun. Texor trying to make something happen with the Icicles, but also getting focused down. It's gonna be a team kill coming in. Holsnack, easy control of the point.
Yeah, Rifler went really aggressive early on in the fight. Went for a flashbang, found the hammer onto Ritziak, however got caught out. The over-aggression costing the rest of BEESWARM dearly, as they were unable to have their main damage source, and now choke control and control of most of the space. All control center belongs to Holsnack.
Yeah, Holsnack not going to be able to hold it for long, especially as Rifler takes Labradoodle down. A crucial loss there. No more map control for the Mei. And with that, it looks like the field's in favor of BEESWARM, but an Earth Shatter coming in is going to be taken down. Olsek once again focused down from the Earth Shatter from Linda. It looks like, rather, that Holsnack gonna be able to maintain point control for the moment. The Blizzard coming out, as well as a grab surge from Kurosu, and the Baptiste Window gonna be trying to come in, make something happen. And with this, these teams are just trying to brawl it out. So far, the teams are looking very even in terms of manpower. The Maywall coming out from Texor, trying to build a little bit of space between Linda and the rest of BEESWARM. With that, Linda getting frozen in the Immortality field down to save Texor. Nobody going to be able to drop, and Ritziak going to be able to drop a double with the Death Blossom. Atsu going to be killing up as well with the Coalescence, and now it's BEESWARM on the back foot.
Yeah, BEESWARM now 40% away from losing this map, but they do have two ultimates to Graviton Surge with Olsek and Rifler with the Deadeye, so they have got tools to work with. However, they're pushing into Labradoodle's May ultimate.
As you say it, Labradoodle will be dropping that Blizzard, taking down the Immortality field. Rifler, Texor, Olsek, all going down. It's going to be a quick wipe for Holsnack. They win that easy.
Yeah, that was super fast, and now it's last fight territory. However, they still have those ultimates online, and Texor might be able to build up another Blizzard, but that was a short fight, which does help them.
Yeah, certainly will. The Maywall going to be coming in from Labradoodle, and the grab coming in, going to be locking everybody down. Linda trying to get the Earth Shatter, not quite so successful with it. Holsnack going to be cleaning up with the majority. Kurosu going to be burning down with that Zarya. Somebody needs to touch, and in fact, they will. BEESWARM now has possession here, and they're going to be dropping the Blizzard as well, just to help secure it. The reload coming in, not able to clean up Wolfish Magic, but Texor says, I got you, fam, cleans them up. Neptune going to be cleaning up with a Fire Strike as well. BEESWARM continues to hold, and they need to hold for the long game.
Yeah, BEESWARM just make the decision to send 3 members to point. They lose 3 members early in the main fight, and it's 5v3. However, the poor decision making on Holstack as they just wait to take the fight and clear the top level for them wasn't actually optimal for them because Texor had enough time to build up the Blizzard, which meant they were able to use that Blizzard to turn around that fight.
Certainly had the opportunity to. Right, we're going to be missing the headshot there, not quite able to land it. Reinhardt, played by Neptune, is going to be getting frozen down. Behind you, coming in, takes down Labradoodle, not going to be able to build up that Blizzard for next fight. They want to stall that out as much as possible. And with this, Rifler having to kind of frontline on their own, not going to be able to survive for very long because of it, however. And now Texor going to be trying to do the backup with Emerald and Marv. They're not going to be long for this one if they don't get some reinforcements in here, though. The Maywall going to be trying to come in, section off some people. The Coalescence is coming in from Emerald, trying to keep people alive, as well as the Sound Barrier. The Earth Shatter going to be coming in, landing on 3. Linda, Ritziak, Wolfish Magic, everybody continues to drop. Labradoodle has the Blizzard in the pocket for next fight, though.
Yeah, Holstack looks so good on their engagements, and then when they're trying to clean up the fight, they seem to just freeze. They just seem to freeze up and make the wrong decision, and they didn't get any value out of their Sound Barrier or Graviton Surge there, and Texor's Blizzard was able to clean them up, and now they're on last fight territory, and they've got to push into this choke.
Yeah, the Maywall's going to be coming up from Labradoodle, might be looking for an opportunity to drop that Blizzard of their own. In fact, they will. Only going to be freezing up Neptunes, but it's going to be enough to get them to drop. Kurosu going to be dropping the Zarya with a right-click punch. With that now, it's going to be man advantage going for Holstack as they continue to push onto point. We're trying to make something happen. The Maywall coming out, trying to buy just a little bit more time for Texor. Not going to be able to land those right clicks, those icicles as much as they might like. The damage is going to be applied heavily into Neptune's shield. Not going to be able to keep them alive for long. Neither will Texor be able to stay alive for long as they get brought down by their counterpart in Labradoodle. The Coalescence is going to be painting a lot of the enemies and teammates for Emerald, but not able to get too much damage. Holstack not able to quite secure this fight yet as Neptune brings down Linda. The Sound Barrier from Marv going to be trying to keep everybody alive. The Coalescence from Atsu now says it's my turn to give this Kamehameha a shot, seeing if they can make something happen. The Death Blossom from Ritziak once again finds the double. Atsu goes the Coalescence kill as well off the back end. That seems so familiar. And with this, it now just seems like it's must stall from BEESWARM as they can manage. Trying to drop the Blizzard, but it looks like it was cancelled mid-kill.
Yeah, that map looked like Holsnack. It was Holsnack to win and Holsnack to lose, and they managed to win that map. However, they were in such a good position and kept dropping the ball, and they were winning fights and just dropping it with poor decision making. And it seems to me like a lack of leadership or a lack of shot calling because their mechanics look so good. Mechanically, they look a lot better than BEESWARM. And if that's there's evidence of that. I mean, Linda's Winston in the first round was very, very good. A lot better than the opposition main tank in Neptune. So definitely they look like the better team. However, the shot calling and decision making needs to be better.
Yeah, I certainly have to agree. And of course, now we'll be looking a little bit into the future here, Ocean. What do you, based on what we've seen from these teams so far, do you have any expectations for maps?
So, BEESWARM, I doubt they're going to want to play the dive composition mirror against Holsnack. So I believe they're probably going to pick something brawly like King's Row and just play their strengths. However, Kurosu look really, really good on the Zarya. And if they're worried about Kurosu Zarya, they might just want to go to a different map, maybe Hollywood or Blizzard World. So we'll see what they opt for, but King's Row would be my most likely suggestion.
Yeah, we'll certainly.
Wait, that's not even next map. It's Escort's the next map.
Look, I didn't want to cut you down in the middle of that, but I thought you made some good points so far in regards to the Zarya compositions coming in from Kings Row. But it will be the Escort map coming up, if I'm not mistaken, and it looks like it's going to be the election onto Rialto here, which is not too surprising given that both these teams, have recorded in our documents that Rialto is their favorite Escort map.
Yeah, they have, and apparently King's Row isn't their favorite Escort map. I was really expecting King's Row to show up on the screen there, but I completely misread what was the next map. Hybrid is after Escort, so maybe we'll see King's Row later on in the series. But Rialto is a surprising pick to me because there was 1 week in Overwatch League where a lot of teams were confused on what to run. It was the first week Echo was available. And teams are running this Rhine Sigma composition, and other teams are running this Devo Winston composition with the Echo and the Brig and the Sombra, which is what Holsnack kind of prefer. Mm-hmm. And there was a 63% fight win rate for the dive composition against the Rhine Sigma. So I feel like this does play into Holsnack's hands because Linda's really, really good at the Winston, and They have both listed here that Labrador likes to play Echo and Ritzik likes to play Sombra, so we'll see if they opt for that composition here on Rialto.
Yeah, certainly going to be very interesting here. But do you think that Texor on the Pharah is going to make a huge difference on first point? Do you think they'll be able to just like either lock it down or burst through first point with that Pharah? We've seen Pharah be, fairly powerful on Rialto in the past.
Yeah, we've seen Shanghai Dragons run a Pharah strategy just to either force other opposition teams onto diva compositions or just control space in that courtyard area. So I would like to see Texor in the Pharah. But as to what impact it will have, it will depend on what support and resources and how they play the space in the courtyard area.
Yeah, I certainly look forward to seeing it. We are just waiting for the readies to come through for these teams before we do head into Rialto. But for those of you at home watching, worth noting that there was a side swap, so that means that BEESWARM will be on the right in red, Wholesnack on the left in blue. Don't want you guys to get fooled up there if you notice, hey, things aren't where they were last time. That's a little peculiar.
Yeah, speaking of peculiar things, that control center map in particular, when we were watching the decision making for both teams, and Wholesnack, as I said, they looked like they lacked direction in the middle of a fight. But BEESWARM's excellent decision that looked a bit silly to me at the time, just to send 3 to point and then try and win off of Texor's Blizzard, was amazing. And I'm interested to see if they've got any more secret plans like that in this next map.
Yeah, that's one of those things where you're like, wow, I'd usually see that in my bronze, silver, all the way up to platinum games where you just, there's no team cohesion. I mean, it was a plan that was well executed, even if the strategy is not something that would normally work. I mentioned it a little bit earlier pre-broadcast, but whatever it takes to get the job done, if it works, I can't really fault it that much.
Yeah, if it works, don't fix it.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, definitely don't fix it. But maybe based off of BEESWARM's performance last time, they're going to be looking to tune up just a few things in their arsenal. Now, as we look at these rosters, they're going to be coming online. What do we see here, Ocean?
It looks like we're going to see the Ashe Echo composition coming out of the defense, which doesn't surprise me. They're going to be running this with the double shield. Now, Ashe Echo with double shield has seen a lot of prevalence recently in the main melee tournament for Overwatch League, so that's probably the most recent composition, also with the Zenbab, so a very oppressive composition which tends to punish teams who are struggling to right themselves, struggling to figure out a pathing around the map so they can get in the face of this double shield, because that's not what this composition likes.
Yeah, I've always liked the concept of running one in the air, one in the back line, and then you just have the tanks rushing up to your front. We're going to have to see how that plays in reality, as Wholesnack just posted up in this upper floor of this building, trying to get some early damage. Texor taking a few shots from Ritzyuk, but not going to be brought to their knees just yet. Early dynamite kills, trying to build up that Bob. Texor taking down 2, though. Both the DPS teeth have now been pulled from Wholesnack. They are going to be in a very precarious position, but Linda being healed up by Wolfish Magic as much as they can. Just trying to stay alive, but it will not be enough. Also chasing down that Orisa. The sleep going on to Wolfish Magic, quickly cleaned up by Texor. Once again, the Pharah coming out.
Yeah, Texor's Pharah has been amazing this series, and they do use the Ashe to try and counteract that Pharah. However, the decision making just to hold on that high ground means that you just don't have sightlines on that Pharah at all for your Ashe, which means you're gonna lose that DPS war. Look at Texor's ultimate, but look at these kills. Ritzyuk and Rifler, the duel goes the way of Ritzyuk. It doesn't look like they'll be able to touch, and it looks like Point A will go over to BEESWARM.
Yeah, Ritzyuk going to be winning that Ashe v Ashe, but Rifler able to take down Atsu beforehand. And with this, Texor quick on the heels of Labradoodle, trying to chase them down, but Labradoodle going to be able to retreat back beyond some cover. And Atsu now in a very enclosed space, has to be quite careful not to take extra damage from that Ashe or the Pharah, as we see Rifler trying to reposition here up on high. Gets a headshot into Wolfish Magic, is quickly cleaned up by Texor. This burst damage coming through from these two heroes is incredible. And with that, the Orisa dropping down on Linda, now on the low ground. Perhaps not where they wanted to be. They recognize that, they're going to take a quick swim.
Yeah, again, it seems like another positioning error from this side of Wholesnack. They're positioned up on this high ground to try and give advantage to their Ashe. However, they're gaining nothing. They're not able to give their DPS the sightlines onto the enemy Pharah. They are unable to close off the angles that Rifler is trying to take, and now they've had to switch compositions. They've made an adjustment. I like the adjustment they're making, going on to the more comfortable dive composition. However, they're now at a significant ult disadvantage.
Yeah, they're going to be looking to go up against quite a few. The Sombra might be able to get some hacks coming in, but Rifle going to be dropping that Bob so early on. Ritzia getting hit by the Dynamite, has to translocate out just so they don't take that extra damage and feed extra ult charge once again. Labradoodle going to be taking down Texor. It's a good opening for the side of Whole Snack, but the res coming through and then equalized. Labradoodle taken it down by a shot from the Viper Rifle. And with that, Rifle continuing to lay down this fire, gets chased down by Linda though, with Linda on that Winston able to punish, but the rocket barrage coming in from Texor gets one before the hack comes through. Ritziak not able to kill the far off the back of that hack, however, Labradoodle going to be backing up as the card continues to progress with this one.
Yeah, BEESWARM just had a huge ult advantage going into that fight, but we did see the extra potential of the dive composition. I think we're going to see Texor sub off the far here, potentially to, I would say, probably like a McCree or a Honzo, just to go down these long sidelines. Going to match the Echo, and they're going to go the break to match that and try and armor pack that Echo to give them a little bit more leeway to play a little bit more aggressive in that match.
Yeah, Ritziak looking like they're setting up for a hack so close to that EMP. That's a pretty easy one fight. Trying to come through, doesn't go for the hack, instead just trying to build up that EMP. Translocates out after they have it.
Winston.
The duplicate going to be coming out from Labradoodle on to the Winston. Wolfish Magic taking down Marv with the focus fire for the rest of their team. That Primal coming out, Labradoodle able to just get so aggressive. Even if they get burned out of that duplicate form, they still have to fly to get away. And Meryl getting dropped by Linda after the I guess, second dive from a Winston comes in. Labradoodle drops with Texor, able to get them, and it's now going to be the come through for BEESWARM.
Whole Stack looks so good when they're playing this decisive dive composition. Linda's Winston is really, really good. When they're able to just make a decision on choose the target and play a really aggressive dive, Wolfish Magic's break is very mechanically good so that they're able to get this farmer patch and resource use the correct players. And here comes the EMP, that's fine.
Yeah, the big 5-man EMP coming through. BEESWARM going to be brought to pieces right about now. Not able to drop any of those ultimates. Not like they want to, however, as this fight is still taking a little bit of a ways away from Hearts.
Yeah, quick fight win, a decisive fight win from that dive defense. However, 5, almost 6 ultimates coming online for the offense. We'll see though, Ritziak can maybe build up an EMP and stop those ultimates from being used.
Rifle going to throw in that Bob, seeing if it can find anything. Doesn't seem to really put a whole lot of pressure on Ritziak. In the back lines, just trying to creep around. Gets focused down by that Winston and Neptune, but not going to be able to be killed quite immediately because of it. Kurosu going to be trying to level the field a little bit here, taking both supports of the side of BEESWARM. And with that, things are looking a little bit hazy for BEESWARM, but they're managed to make it work. They're able to get more card progress moving up. The Diva Bomb coming out means that the defensive team has to back up and regain a little bit of composure here. And right now, the DPS, again, killed for the defense. It's going to be the offense a little bit on the dominant foot, but this fight is looking very staggered. Linda going to be taking a nap right in front of Rifler in that primal form, getting coached gunned away as they awaken. And with that, it looks like it was just enough for Whole Snack to buy some time for themselves to get the respawns in. Now we're seeing another whole fight coming through here, but it looks like it might not be enough. BEESWARM already taking losses, but Wolfish Magic going to be dropping in their favor. The contrast. Sleep going on to Olsek, quickly woken up by the Diva damage. Labradoodle trying to make something happen. In fact, does get Rifler. That threat from the backline is now gone. Labradoodle getting slept as they get put into Winston form. And the Diva, or the, excuse me, Sombra EMP coming out. It's gonna be enough. And with that, BEESWARM takes it to third.
What a crazy, crazy fight from both teams. And it looks like that fight, I mean, first of all, BEESWARM had so many ultimates at the start of the fight. They used them quite well. But interestingly enough, Marsby's armor packs meant so much after Marsby went down on the break and was swapping to Lucy. Well, Marsby was respawning. Those armor packs on the Texor and Rifler won them 2 extra joules later on in that fight. Well, they were just respawning. It's just in that 10 seconds that Marsby was respawning. Then was able to come back on Lucio and make it a 6v6 on the point. Macross tried their best with the Diva self-destruct, but it was not enough. And poor decision making again later on from the Whole Snack side when they had EMP and the duplicate. Maybe just go for extra aggressive combos to try and burst out the fight. They look so good when they're playing aggressive, when they're playing this more decisive early fight dive composition. They look so good at it. However, when they're kind of mid-fight, they seem to stagger out, freeze up, and not make the right decisions.
Well, fortunately, it's going to be Whole Snack on the offense here now. I mean, they'll get to kind of set the pace a little bit more. They may not get to set the location, but they'll be able to set, hopefully for them, the tempo a little bit better. And, you know, we might be able to see some of that follow-through carry through Hiroshi.
Yeah, we'll see. Now, we now have Richuk on the Tracer. Surprised they're not going to play the Sombra. And we also have an interesting decision to play Wolfish Magic on the Mercy instead of the Brigitte. Usually you'll see the Brigitte with this composition to give resources to both of your DPS.
Yeah, Neptune going to be on that Wrecking Ball right now. Just, you know, early possession of this corner right here, looking crucial for both teams. Whole Snack kind of scouting it out. Going to be seeing the dogfight between Labradoodle and Texor both taken to the sky. But the sleep onto the Hammond almost gets booped out. Does, in fact, Hiroshi able to use those jet boosters to throw them off the bridge after a quick nap. And with that, an anti-nade going in. Linda taking some damage, taking an anti-nade as well. Texor going to be getting this value with the FAR that we have seen so consistently from this player, BEESWARM. Looking really great right now, and a direct impact followed up by Rifler's shot. It's going to be bringing Labradoodle down. BEESWARM continues to hold.
Yeah, it seems like they're not getting the point of the dive composition on this first point, where they're kind of just walking into these sidelines. You have to be able to control the high ground, otherwise this dive competition is not going to get any value. I like to switch over to the Brigitte, which means that they can give resources to both their DPS, and this Yatsa is another good swap because it means you can have all your focus onto either Rifle or on the Ash who's controlling the high ground, which I think is what they're trying to do.
Yeah, Linda tries to go for the dive onto Rifler. Rifler was wisely using that coach gun to just get away. Rather than dropping the Bob into mid-fight, trying to see if it can find anything. Does get a little bit of damage, buying some space for BEESWARM. Texor going to be taking down Ritziak. This is not looking great for Whole Snack. What do they need to do here?
They have to be more decisive. They would look really good when they're making these early decisions. And they did make a good decision there, just to put all resources into the dive on the Rifler. However, the Rifler was able to use the coach gun. So maybe this time they need to send Linda after Rifler and have the Diva Kurosu diving from an off angle and maybe from the right hand side to try and catch the rotation.
We'll have to see if they can make it happen. Ultimate's coming out from the side of Whole Snack, Pulse Mine, as well as the Diva Bomb. Not going to be landing anything. Labradoodle burning down Texor with that focusing rifle. Now a little bit of breathing room for the aerial coming in, but the res onto Texor only buys a brief respite, and with that, the rocket barrage coming in, blaze into Atsu, and with that, it looks like things are even more shored up for BEESWARM. However, they are still in this fight. Ritziak going to be taken down on that Tracer. Labradoodle 1, Linda sleeping. Looks like BEESWARM has this wrapped up in the bag for this fight.
Yep, I mean, Whole Snack, they're not doing themselves any favors so far on their offense. Seem there's not making the right decisions, not really switching anything up. They're not learning from their mistakes. They're kind of being selfish in a way. They want to play this play style, but they're not mixing anything up with their play style. So they're just kind of doing the same thing over and over again and losing, kind of like they did on Lijiang Night Market. And this seems to be a trend for this Whole Snack team. And I mean, Texor's loving it. He's just hitting shots from that sky from Fora, and he's going to continue to have that nice day if Whole Snack don't change anything else.
Yeah, Bob's gonna be thrown in there trying to lift people up, get some damage in, but Linda popping that Primal Rage in the back, and Bob gonna be taken down as quickly as he was brought onto this field. Labradoodle focusing down Texor once again. This is looking good now for Whole Snack. The res trying to come through, gonna be brought up onto Rifler, but not for long as the snipers for Whole Snack taken down the opposing team. And with this, they're getting aggressive, they're pushing up, they're even gonna be investing a Bob from the duplicate, gonna be coming out in short form, but they managed to get this progress.
I liked it. They finally changed something up as soon as I told them to. Maybe they're listening to the broadcast. That would probably be a wise idea. Ocean is now the coach of Whole Snack, and they changed it up. They decided to take style, which is more based on DPS, taking duels with the opposition DPS instead of the tanks trying to create space for their DPS. Self-destruct goes off, doesn't get too much value, and I think Whole Snack are going to clean up.
Yeah, it looks like Whole's not going to be dropping that Transcendence and the rally just to keep themselves up, really try to get this fight won. They have this last opportunity. Neptune going to be brought down in that primal form. Atsu on the Zenyatta, proven to be a lethal healer. The Shield Bash taking Marv out of that res, and Anti-Nade going on to the tanks. No healing for them, even if there were multiple healers on the field. Rifler taking down Labradoodle, though, might be the turnaround that the offense wanted. And with that, they will get that the first point capture. 2.5 minutes on the clock for him now.
Yeah, I would like to direct the audience to watching Wolfish Magic and their armor packs. You see, a lot of the time it's armor. It's making it really difficult for the tank line and the DPS of BEESWARM to take out that Zenyatta, and that's why Otsu is able to play a lot more aggressive on the Zenyatta and get a lot more damage, and you're seeing Otsu a lot in the kill feed. You also see Labradoodle and Ritsu getting armor packs so they can have a little bit more fun in the DPS duels. However, that will not save you from Olsic on the Diva just fiercely hitting Ritsu as this fight starts.
Yeah, a little bit of an overextension from Olsic as they do drop right into the entire enemy line of Holsnack. And with this, we're seeing this fight be a little bit slow. No kills coming in after those immediate 2 or 3. But with that, it takes place a little bit farther down the road. The aerial battle once again coming in. This time it's going to be Echo v Echo. With Rifler on the Tracer trying to give some backup. But the Brig transformation coming in. The duplicate coming in. Rifler has to play very carefully against this Brig as they are able to provide a lot of healing and armor. The Diva Bomb coming in from Kurosu. Not able to net too much value, but it's going to be Marv taken down. And now it's looking like Holsnack on a little bit of a roll here.
Yeah, they are. I mean, a great duplicate usage from Labradoodle. It seems that Labradoodle really understands that duplicate ultimate. We saw them use that ultimate to go to the Ash on the high ground and get a lot of kills on point A. And here on point B, this time using the Brigitte to increase the stability of the rest of his team. And additionally, let Otsu play a little bit more aggressive and build up that Transcendence. So really good decision making from Labradoodle with that duplicate.
Absolutely, and now it's going to be Holsnack trying to peek in. The Diva Bomb going to be initiated actually from Olsic this time, but Holsnack going to be cleaning up the majority, rather about half of the enemy team. This Brig waiting so long to drop, but eventually will. The Transcendence coming out from Otsu. They're really wanting to win this as quick as possible. The Diva has to go out of mech, out of baby form, and then into the Echo form as it is. Holsnack looking like they have this a little bit wrapped up and they'll continue to be making progress here. The dive coming in from Linda onto the snipers is a good call. Get that pressure off of that main choke. Has Primal as well, so if they get too hairy, can just instantly bail themselves out as we're seeing right now. The Discord going on to Marb with that rally. They're really trying to get that Brig away from their team. Rick's going to be putting a bullet into that Brig, making sure that their rally gives no further value. With this Linda dropping the bubble, trying to buy space, but Holsnack has not been moving this cart. They've not been putting pressure on that cart, and that has given BEESWARM the chance to really get in there and take field possession once again. But it doesn't matter. They're gonna sneak it in. Holsnack manages to complete.
And I think Olsic just like forgot the objective exists there. Just kind of seen I just walked away up the nano boost on the team. It was like, oh, you know what? I fancy killing things today.
Yeah, it was looking pretty good there, but sometimes the tunnel vision affects us all, doesn't it, Ocean?
Yeah, it does. I mean, I know the feeling. I'm a Diva player as well. You know, you get that animation, you're like, backline, tasty. Anyway, I mean, eventually, Holsnack, they were really sure they'd play, but then they switched up their dive style to help their DPS a lot more than their tanks. So their DPS are taking the jewels to the opposition DPS, and the tanks are making space. And instead of dominating the high ground with their tanks, to put pressure on the support line and then having their DPS flank and then pick off the supports. Two very different styles of dive. And it seemed the first one, the one they switched to, they're a lot better at. Also, Wolfish Magic is really good with that Brigitte, making sure the armor packs are distributed to those squishies to help them out in those duels. And Linda and Kurosu are very good at peeling and making sure that they make the right decisions in the fight and get the right kills at the right time. And I mean, they were able to win that last fight. Emerald and Marsby both had the support ultimates online. However, they were able to shut that out with the Primal Rage Nano Boost combination, combination on the Zarelli to get Marby out of that fight and help them win that point of Rialto.
Yeah, it's looking like a little bit of a Widow v Widow duel trying to come in. Rifle going to be repositioning, trying to get some headshots. Kurosu and Linda taken down very early, and BEESWARM going to be losing their sniper. Rifler taken down with some sticky bombs as well as the focusing beam, and it looks like so far Holsnack still carrying this momentum from last game. They're going to be getting the first team fight win and continue to move this card.
Yeah, up to already 52%, and as is Wolfish Magic to the support ultimates. And if I direct your attention to the support ultimates on the other side, Emerald and Marby are like 37% and 24% respectively. So supports on the side of Holsnack getting a lot more value.
They certainly will. Echo v Echo looking to be the case here, but the Diva going to be affecting things a little bit. It looks like there's a pretty big fight going on here. Labradoodle so dangerously low, doesn't have the opportunity to get the heal up as that Antonate did deal. a bit of damage, but the card continues to roll. It looks like BEESWARM's a little bit disoriented right now. It's going to be Neptune's dropping right onto the point, trying to make it happen, trying to get as many kills as possible, but instead it's not going to go their way. Looks like the kill is still coming through for Whole Snack. As the Echo gets cleaned up, that card's going to make it first, and overtime continues to burn.
Yeah, it looks like they're already gonna get that really difficult point of Rio. So that courtyard is usually really difficult to attack into, but they are playing this dive composition really well, and they have a lot of ultimates available. As long as they don't stack their squad ultimates here, they should make it pretty far in the point.
We'll have to see. Rifler trying to hold this upper area, but pounced on by that Winston puts them in a very dangerous spot. Linda going to be choosing to back up. Discretion is the better part of Valor, but the Primal Rage coming out from Labradoodle tells them, I don't need to be discreet for anything. And with that, Linda continuing to pummel this Widow, but they're going to try to keep themselves online and alive. The tanks now for the side of BEESWARM going to be trying to hold the Diva Bomb, getting eaten by Olsek, going to be taking that damage in the face. And with this, Olsek continues to hold here. The Brig trying to buy out some time, make that overtime put in extra work.
Yeah, and they managed to keep that ultimate. They didn't stack their squad ultimate, they managed to keep the Transcendence online, their most powerful ultimate, so that to basically as a second life, on top of the extra sustainability that the armor pack does give that Zenyatta you've seen. Also does have the armor pack, however. Primal Rage online, but and everyone started talking about her. Full Snacker just using this momentum and riding it out, and this could be a very good fight.
Yeah, there's pretty much nothing I can say here. Ritziak getting a couple good kills, Emerald falling early. Other than that, this card's gonna make it to its 5th point for Whole Snack. They're on a roll.
Yeah, they're on a massive roll. However, Marby does have the rally, a very powerful squad ultimate to try and stop them. It's going to be interesting to see what Labradoodle does to try and match that with the duplicate.
They're certainly going to have to try here, as it's looking pretty grim for the side of BEESWARM. Ritziak trying to get some early headshot damage, early critical damage. The dive coming in from Neptune, gonna be trying to get that Widow out of position. Does succeed, but not able to get too much kills outside of it. The tank's very low for Whole Snack, but the Brig coming in and online is gonna give them a lot more armor and healing, as well as applying the damage, which we're seeing coming in thick and strong from Whole Snack. This auto just getting absolutely bullied by the Brig, trying to get away, gets knocked back into the enemy team. Whole Snack continues this roll.
Yeah, they're so good at running this dive competition with the Brig, and Labradoodle goes to the Brig again to give extra sustainability, and they're gonna have another rally this fight. Whether it's their Echo or their Brigades are using the rally, they're gonna have every single fight, and I think they're going to take all 6 points in.
It's certainly looking like it. Rifler able to get the first kill in a while. Wolfish Magic able to get dropped by that Pulse Mine. Labradoodle taken down quickly by the Tracer as well. But now it's going to be very touchy here as BEESWARM managed to get a few kills. The duplicate coming out, the Primal. Both wins is just going to be batting each other about. The Diva Bomb trying to come through. Not going to be landing on too much, just buying a little bit of space. However, it does leave Linda cut and dry to take all the damage. Neptune's going to be cleaning them up. Overtime takes down, but Wolfish Magic coming in on the Lucio, able to touch at the last minute. Can anybody else make it? Overtime's going to take down and say, no, it ends here.
Yeah, it ends for now. However, that offense, all 5 points, or almost all 6 points, sorry, for that offense for Whole Snack. When they're on a roll, when they're using their dive composition effectively, whether they're running that Somber dive or the Widowmaker variant with the hit scan to try and duel the other DPS, they look so clean. The Brigade supply from Wolf is so good. They are ripping it up on the Brigade, and they're being the decisive factor in this match. Another thing I would like to draw attention is Linda's Winston mechanics. She looks really good on the Winston. She is showing off a lot of different tech when using Primal Rage to get Marby away from the team in that last fight on their first offense so that the team didn't get rally. And also on point B in that second offense was using a little bit of Winston tech we like to call show 'em the butt, where you jump in their faces, show 'em the butt so you can't get headshot. So a lot of impressive Winston tech coming from Linda on the Winston.
Yeah, I think I liked a lot of the play coming through from Whole Snack. I think Ritziak had some really crucial kills, especially taking down Emerald in that second point. It just allowed them to have that early man advantage and pretty much didn't have to stop through Streets Phase 4. The back half, which is probably the more painful half of Streets Phase. But as we look ahead, these gates are about to open. We're seeing a very similar look coming through from Whole Snack, not too surprising. And with this now, cart gets moving, and we'll have to see the method of attack that BEESWARM are going to take. Ritzyuk already taking down Marv again, able to find that early damage, and the early damage also going down onto Olsek, not on the Diva or Zarya, as we've seen them historically so far. Ritzyuk scanning that angle, trying to find something.
Yeah, Ritzyuk has looked pretty good on this Widowmaker since switching over to it. In that first offense, and that's another kill. Gets another headshot. Labradoodle does lose the echo.
Yeah, Labradoodle gonna be taken down. A long respawn coming in, but Ritzyuk's even to keep the opponents in their respawn as well. Gonna be triggering that Venom Mine onto Neptune, but it doesn't really seem to matter. Ritzyuk able to escape. Neptune able to get healed up as well, and now we're seeing the respawns come in. Labradoodle coming in, able to put some pressure down onto this Tracer, but they get swatted away by that Hammond, by that Wrecking Ball, rather. Cart still making progress for the side of BEESWARM. Neptune's just zipping by, being a distraction, as that Wrecking Ball can do so proficiently at the best of times. And with this, it looks like this fight's going a little bit slower than perhaps BEESWARM might like. They're having to really put their front line at risk here, but they're able to get this cart moving up. They're going to get that first point pretty much for free. This fight doesn't seem to be over, though. The armor pack going to be going on to Rifler, trying to find something, really pestering those supports. Doesn't quite find anything. Almost dropped the pulse bomb, decided against it. He gets the melee on the Atsu in the end, and with this, it's looking good for BEESWARM so far.
Yeah, they opt to hold that first sort of sight line where Ritzyuk was able to pop up on the Widowmaker and get a lot of picks, especially on the Marby, got him twice. That's a nice lead in the pulse bomb by Kurosu. That's an ultimate gone and a kill, so they might want to opt to take a fight quickly if they can and get that 6v5 opportunity taken as the duplicate and then on the base.
Yeah, they're certainly going to be looking to do that. Texor going to be dropping the duplicate onto the enemy Winston, and Meryl taking down Wolfish Magic again. It looks like Holsnack down one or two members once again in this fight. Texor taking it to the absolute back lines, the backiest of lines as they can make it. And Ritzyuk going to be able to translocate out just in time to get stuck by Texor. Not able to get that damage through the cleanse as the translocate does come through, however. With this BEESWARM continues to carry through. They're putting this pressure on head on, and it looks like the backup's going to come in from Holsnack, just gathering their breath as that card makes the second point.
They make the decision to try and hold this on the last point. They will have all 6 ultimates, I believe, available for this last fight. So it's going to rely a lot on Mars, Rally, and Neptune's Wrecking Ball mines.
They're going to see as that EMP comes in. Linda gets slept in primal form, gets woken up, however, able to swing once again. Now those mines are going to be throwing themselves onto Cart. That makes it so dangerous for the defense to come in and actually contest. But the Diva Bomb getting a double. That's going to be big enough to clear the Cart. Holsnack going to be taking it. Was looking at a very thorough, brisk jog for BEESWARM.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that team itself sure got those kills. It kind of got stuck on the little pillar, and it looked like they were safe around the side of the cart. However, it picks up 2, and no one else is ready to touch the point for BEESWARM. The Holsnack taking a 2-0 lead in this series with a very decisive dive composition, and I feel like they have to stand on composition for the rest of the series.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll agree that the composition they were running was very good. It was looking very strong from Holsnack. But it was only once they switched onto that composition did they seem strong. BEESWARM seemed like the front half of Rialto. They were just, playing Moneyball in there. They were just they were looking. It kind of looked like a mirror, right? Like the opponents kind of parodied each other once the actual swap from Holsnack came through.
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like that comes from a mistake from BEESWARM for picking a map like Rialto for the escort. Maybe should have went with King's Row, maybe try and cheat the system. Maybe they'll go for King's Row now, because Hybrid is our next map, where they will be able to play this brawl matchup. Even though Kurosu Zarya, as we said earlier, is very, very strong, they should be able to play these brawl matchups and force them into fights where Holsnack have to be decisive in the middle of the fight, and they will have to think smarter about their pathing around the map, because that's where Holsnack look a lot worse than other teams. And if BEESWARM can force them into that sort of play style with their map choice, then they'll look really good for the rest of the series.
Yeah, certainly have to agree. It's very much so a question, as you mentioned, of like mindset for Holsnack. They seem like they put a lot of thought into the pre-fight, but then as soon as that fight hits, they just kind of flip the switch onto autopilot. And if it works, then of course it worked. We planned it from the beginning, and if not, well, of course we were in autopilot. So I think that that they need to kind of really have that that methodology going ahead and moving forward. Especially we do see something like Kings Row that absolutely doesn't favor their playstyle.
Yeah, so we'll see if they. Oh, look, let there be light. So we'll see if they decide to go for a map like King's Row Blizzard, which should suit their playstyle a little bit more than Hosnax, where they're not able to play the dive competition. They have to go for something different. They have to be a lot more decisive and a little bit more adaptive to the situation they're in. So we'll see what decision comes through from BEESWARM, because a lot of this series does depend on that.
Yeah, they are taking a little bit of a knee. They're gathering their opportunity to decide the map as we move forward. But if not Kings Row here, Ocean, what do you think what do you think might also be a possibility looking forward for that hybrid map?
Hollywood, maybe, because Rifler look pretty good on the Ash, and if you can give a lot of resources to Ash on that high ground in Hollywood, it might be quite difficult for Holstack to push in, like it was for them on that first point of Rialto. So we'll see what happens there.
It looks like, in fact, it's not going to be the election into Kings Row. It will be that Hollywood preference instead. A little bit surprising, as the case was with Rialto. Both teams, I believe, had favoritisms towards Kings Row. So I'm a little interested to see these teams carry forward into Hollywood. I think we're going to see a little bit of Ash here, as mentioned.
Yeah, actually, interesting to note that both these teams named all four the same favorite maps for each game type. I think that's super cool. Yet, none of them, I don't believe, listed like a same preferred hero. I think the only one is Ana from Otsu and Emerald, both listed Ana as their preferred hero, but they all prefer the same map. So, definitely think that's an interesting note to take from this.
Yeah, and I mean, at that point, it might just be, protection of trade secrets coming in from these teams. You might not have wanted to warn your opponents how strong of a Winston player Linda can be, or how strong of a Pharah player Texor can be. I think that those are sometimes things that you might want to keep in your pocket, so you don't, necessarily have as much, time for the opponents to counteract you. But moving forward here, it looks like it's going to be Holsnack opting for the defense here, meaning that they're going to be staying on the same side. BEESWARM, of course, will be attacking first. Ocean, what do you think we can expect anything else out of Hollywood?
I mean, a lot of D.Va play. I mean, D.Va is very good on this map because high ground is very prevalent on point A and point B. And if you can control that high ground with D.Va, then you're in a pretty good spot. But maybe we could see the Reinhardt. We haven't seen much of that Reinhardt today. We saw a little bit of it on Control Center and, of course, Night Market, but didn't seem to be the call on Night Market. But we'll see if we do see our favorite German hero once again.
Yes, every time I think of Hollywood, I'm always reminded of pleasant or distasteful images, depending on how you like it. If the Torbjorn posted up at the top floor of Cafe, of course, the hammer kills always trying to come through, as always happens whenever you play a Torbjorn. You always have to try to hit people in the shins until they die. But a little bit unlikely, I expect, unless we see like a situation where a team needs a first point hold, a first tick first point hold. I don't think that's as predictable coming in, but it's something for nostalgia's sake.
I would like to see some Torb. Let's see some Torb.
And it looks like we're going to be getting into it here in just a second. We do have a little bit of time before those rosters come online. And again, the scoreline is going to be Holsnack up 2-0 here. So this could very well be it for them. They're in the hot seat. BEESWARM needs to kind of swing back a little bit here.
Yeah, well, they gotta come out of the hive. They've kind of been hiding in their hive the entire game, but the BEESWARM needs to come out of the hive, collect some pollen, keep the natural life cycle going. Let's see if they can do that. Or will they just all be eaten? Will the bees just be eaten by the whole snack?
That's certainly going to be very interesting. They're going to be coming out of the hive for the honey, hopefully, if they can get this reverse sweep. But that's 3 games away if they manage to do it. As we get a little bit of a preview for what these comps are looking like coming out of the gate, the Sig Ori coming out, and I don't want to say I called it, but I'm seeing a little bit of a Swedish engineer on the field. And I'm not
maybe they're
great.
watching this stream and just want to troll you.
I mean, that's a good troll for the defense coming in. Those gates are about to open up. I don't even think they can make it back to spawn at this point.
We're seeing it! We see the Torbjorn. If we see a hammer kill, I'm gonna be super happy.
We'll certainly have to find out. Labradoodle has a lot of expectations now coming into this fight. The Halt Accretion combo not quite coming through. The Halt landing a couple, but the Accretion not there to follow up. And point presence already being had by the attack. Olsek playing that D.Va, trying to destroy the Torbjorn turret successfully. Rifler having to take a knee as that shot does come through. I believe it was from the Ash by Ritziak. Texor taking down Atsu means that the sustain for the defense is going to be a little bit more anemic. Holsnack now on the back foot. They're not looking great, but they're trying to equalize as Rifler does get taken down, and they're equalizing even more as Marb gets taken down. That Brig not able to get that massive swath healing coming through. And Wolfish Magic brought so low. The focusing beam trying to come in. They managed to back up, though. Everybody for the side of BEESWARM seems incredibly lit. The healing gonna come through, though. First tick gonna be in favor of BEESWARM. Ritziak taking down Texor. That Echo trying to perhaps play a little bit too close to point. Rifler just playing calm and back on this office building. Labradoodle able to get back in time, give Brig a little bit of lessons in discipline with that Torbjorn. Coming in, Holsnack able to recover impressively.
Yeah, Redsick was able to maintain that high ground Nash thanks to a lot of resources coming from his supports. And there's another late kill onto Olsek, which means that they're going to have to wait before they push back in. Texor is almost up to that duplicate though, but it seems that Holsnack at the start of the fight seemed really uncomfortable in this composition. However, they were able to keep Rich up this time, and Ritziak was able to keep that high ground and get those kills, use those resources to his advantage, and get that fight win for his team.
Yeah, Rifler able to tank down Ritziak, so that is one of the biggest threats gone here. The Dragon Strike coming in from a Rifler, not able to find anything. Labradoodle putting that turret to work as Marb gets taken down once again. Texor trying to go for the grab flux, gets stunned out of it. Kurosu now going to show him how it's done. Not able to deal as much damage, not able to finish off any opponents either. Rifler taking down Labradoodle. Torbjorn no longer going to be on the field. Turret kills are out of the option for the next 8 seconds. And it looks like that might just be enough for BEESWARM to take the point. Bob going to be on point, but focusing down enemies. The mines coming out from Neptune's going to be drawing a lot of Bob's attention. And with this, it looks like the back out coming from BEESWARM. They're not going to succeed in this push.
Yeah, this is really scrappy from both teams. However, this just does benefit the defense. The longer the fights last, the more time moves off the clock, and the less time you have to deal with the offense. So it is favoring our defense, but it looks like it won't favor them much longer. 2 kills, 3 kills now.
Yeah, BEESWARM gonna be able to close it here as this Ori gets dropped. It looks like that's gonna be it. And with this, the point's gonna tick over with a minute on the clock, meaning that they now have 3.5 minutes to push the cart through seconds.
Yeah, however, they did expend a lot of their ultimates, both support ultimates used in that fight. They will have the Dragon Strike online, but nothing else. Actually, it's going to be a complete reset in ultimates, basically, as they decide on the defense side for Holsnack that they're just going to switch to their favorite dive composition, however, with the Mercy instead of the Brigades.
Yeah, Ritziak going to be on this Sombra, might try to get some early damage with some hacks here. Sonar Arrow coming in from Rector just to get that information. Striking with the dragons underneath, going to be throwing it in, dealing a lot of damage, but no kills, able to get cleaned up to it. Immediately, Labradoodle taking down their opponent in Tex, or that Echo be Echo violence surely showing through in this instance. Labradoodle in the air trying to deal that damage from above, dropping the carpet bomb from on high. And Errol taking down Linda. You don't see Anas get too many kills, but sometimes you like to see it. And right now, BEESWARM striking back a little bit. Olsek going to be throwing the D.Va bomb in, trying to find something, just getting the remech as it comes. But with this is a very far backfield fight. And it looks like it's going to favor BEESWARM as they do manage to get this cart. They managed to get it moving just a little bit. Duplicate online for Texer. Are they going to be opting it into this fight? We'll have to find out. The dive coming in from Neptune is going to be taking down Kurosu. And with this Mercy trying to keep their team healed up. The focusing beam from Texor says, no, you're not going to be able to. And now Neptune's going to be trying to hold the choke here and succeeding as the card continues to make progress.
Yeah, if they're able to get out and have one more last fight on point B, it's very likely that they will hold because they do have that EMP and the ultimates online. They will get Linda out onto the point. She's going to try and contest her do very fast, and here comes the EMP.
Yeah, the EMP going to be dropping an anti-nade onto Ritziak, and Kurosu dropped very low. Olsik going to be taken out of mech. And with this Holsnack looking like they're able to restabilize as you predicted, Ocean. Asleep onto Linda, but they're not going to be too bothered by that as now BEESWARM on the back foot.
Yeah, they do manage to come out and take that fight with the EMP and the rally. They also use Labradoodle's duplicate, but with how fast Labradoodle's been building those duplicates, they'll probably have another one next fight. But they managed to keep hold of both of their tank ultimates, so they still have a little bit of the cavalry left for next fight.
Yeah, certainly. Now we're seeing a little bit of a rooftop brawl. It's going to be Kurosu taking a lot of damage, having to back off for the time being. Holsnack on this defense, looking perhaps to set up a Diva Bomb set up on that tripwire, the balcony area. It's going to be the Wisdom taking a little bit of a nap from Melinda, but in primal form, they're able to get right back up. And Kurosu's still so dangerously low, going to be throwing that Diva Bomb high into the air. Not able to find much, but does find Emerald. That is a crucial kill. Both supports now for BEESWARM taking it down. It looks like they're just going to try to retreat so they don't hemorrhage more losses. Able to get out to though.
Yeah, Alti actually managed to get Sleep Dart onto Textor while they were copying Diva, and meant that they couldn't use that ultimate because the duplicate ran out as the Sleep Dart ran out. And look at this stagger, this isn't nice for Ultic. He never hit it. Oh no, they let him be back!
Ultic able to get back into this fight. That is going to be a little bit overconfidence coming in. Ritziak has this EMP just online. Perhaps going to be looking to opt into it. This fight is last fight if they're able to win it. EMP going to be hitting both Briggs taken down out of this fight. Ritziak trying to find the hack. Hacks the Ulsic Diva mech. Not going to be able to drop that Diva Bomb into it. The Primal Rage going to be coming out from Neptune, and the Dragons coming in as well. Rifle not able to find anything. Once again, breaks up the team just a little bit, but Labradoodle with a double kill. Do you expect anything less than a Diva Bomb in this game? Holsnack able to hold. It looks like the overtime clock is going to tick down. Can Marv make it to point? They cannot.
Yeah, Labradoodle with another decisive self-destruct, not even self-destruct, it was a decisive self-destruct, but it was because of the duplicate from Labradoodle. That's probably 3 or 4 times they have won a fight just off of the duplicate from Labradoodle. Decision making with the ultimate has been very strong. This time, of course, duplicating the Diva and getting a massive self-destruct. Before, of course, we've seen them on the Ash, and other times we've seen the Brigitte to provide more sustainability in the fight. So that's something I've been really keen to watch this series. I would definitely encourage all viewers to try and learn something from Labradoodle's duplicate usage because it's been really strong so far this series.
Yeah, normally you just see teams tend to favor one duplicate target. If they're running like a dive, they'll just, or if they're running against a dive, they'll just, say, oh, duplicate Winston every time. But I do agree that Labradoodle seems to have quite a wide swath of heroes that they can really duplicate from, a good pool that they can pull from that really gives them that flexibility to help them win those fights. It's the best mid-fight decision-making that I think we're seeing out of Holsnack, which is a little bit more insulting than I think it sounds a little bit more insulting than I mean it to be.
Yeah, they have been struggling with mid-fight decision-making. However, Labradoodle has been able to sway fights, these big, brawl, messy fights, just by pressing a duplicate, and I feel like that's definitely helped them so far on their way to this trio leading the series, and they definitely have a chance to take the whole series here and now, and they are going out in their favorite Briggs and dive competition. Super excited.
Yeah, BEESWARM going to be opting for a little bit of a bunker-esque comp. The Echo and the Ash going to be coming in. This whole team going to be holding up on this cafe, unlike what we saw last time where there was a little bit of a split hold. And now we're seeing Holsnack able to just 1 and 2 sneak their members behind the main offices. The Tracer coming in, but Linda gets burned down rather quickly. That's not spelling great things for this attack to start. But we'll have to see if the follow-through is there from BEESWARM. The reload coming in from Rifler, gonna be drawing away their DPS and able to get cleaned up by the cluster bomb coming from Labradoodle. With this Kurosu gonna be dropped down by the focusing beam of the Echo Texor, able to clean up furthermore Labradoodle with this. And it's gonna be Ritziak trying to deal some damage, trying to pry into there, but Ulsic with a quick punch following some Sigma orbs, not able to stay in this fight. And now it looks like BEESWARM able to regain the control.
Yeah, BEESWARM looking really stable in that fight composition. Not that fight. Their composition likes to stay together, and they didn't really split off too much. However, I really like how they're playing this dive competition on the offense. They did make a couple of overextensions. However, Wolfish Magic is actually able to give armor packs to DPS and let them take off angles. Linda's playing hyper aggressive to try and force mistakes and displacements out of the double shield composition we see on the defense. So they are playing it well because they're also able to get Atsu onto the high ground. They're also going to make a switch over.
Yeah, it's going to be Texor on this Echo, looking perhaps for a duplicate. And we're going to be seeing that Baptiste amplification field come through for the side of BEESWARM. Not able to put too much use to it yet, as the teams are being a little bit conservative. Wholesnack waiting out the majority of that window. Rifler taking down Linda, though. It's going to be a crucial kill once again. Labradoodle to follow. It's not looking great for Wholesnack here yet, but this is a team of swingbacks. We'll see if they can swing back after this next push.
Yeah, still Ritchuk in the background sneaking around Rifler looking for that kill, and it's just gonna leave it be for now. Ritchuk has that pulse from, so we'll see what they opt to use that on. Probably the Ash in Rifler. Ultimate's online for both teams, so it might be a bit of a messy fight here coming up.
We'll have to see. That pulse mine might be a great opening for Wholesnack here, but Rifler trying to take some pepper damage onto Labradoodle, not able to find it too much. Labradoodle dropping out for the brief moment. Texor gonna be dropping into that Winston form with the duplicate, getting slept, able to build up that primal rage quick regardless, however. And Rifler gonna be dropping the Bob onto field. It's really putting the pressure onto Labradoodle, not able to build up that Sig bolt charge as quickly as they might like. Able to get it up, eventually going to be trying to activate it, but taken out of the form before it can be fully realized. Kill still going in favor of Wholesnack, though. The dive from Linda in on this Ash underneath Cafe, and with this, looks like Wholesnack finally gaining control of first.
Yeah, they just play hyper aggressive and throw everything in there, and it doesn't look to get so much value on paper right away. However, what it does do is it splits this double shield composition that likes to be together for the Baptiste to get heals onto multiple members, for the Arisen segmenting it multiple sort of inductions of value on their shield. But they split them apart. They split them apart just by playing aggressive with these dive compositions. Primal Rage, especially from Linda, gets a lot of displacement, which means that they are able to split up the double shield composition and eventually win the fight.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to be seeing now it's going to be BEESWARM taking a little bit of a arm's length approach here, not trying to just get right up on the card as soon as possible. In fact, we're going to be seeing a little bit of a brawl in this alleyway. The back up quickly comes in from Wholesnack, deciding that they don't want to opt into that fight. Again, Amaro with the Baptiste amplification window going to be dropped, see if it can be enough for this team. Linda taking down Olsik. Olsik pretty far out of position from the rest of their team, still trying to hold down that alleyway when the rotation came through for main. And now Wholesnack able to just feast upon the opposing team. Their few remaining members going to be dropping in quick fashion.
Yeah, Linda very decisive again with that with that Winston play. Labradoodle will take a loss in the Echo Duel, but so far Wholesnack just pushing along through point B, and they still have ultimates online for that next fight.
And we're getting close to that last fight range here. Wholesnack only needs to make it just a little bit farther, and Neptune's gonna be trying to cause a little bit of distraction with the Wrecking Ball hopping right in front of Britziak, perhaps trying to block some headshots. The true body tank as it goes. Linda gonna be popping that Primal Rage, taking down Marv. Not a loss you want early into this fight. Both of the supports going down is definitely not a loss you want. That bubble coming in, D.Va trying to play around it. Labradoodle gonna be duplicating into the Hammond, able to drop those mines right onto Cart, and with this, it's looking like Wholesnack taking a dominant fight. Britziak trying to duel a little bit onto Texor, not able to find the headshots they want though. A body shot, make it a double, gonna be cleaning Texor, and with this, amazingly, because of this quick respawn, BEESWARM has not yet given up the point, but somebody needs to stay there. It is now 3 meters away. They cannot afford to give it up. The D-Mac coming onto Olsik. This baby D.Va not long for this world either, and Neptune's on this Wrecking Ball has to maintain. The Brig trying to come in, Marv trying to keep their team alive, but it's not going to happen. Neptune falls, and with that, the cart's going to be driven right to that second point. It's going to be Wholesnack taking 3-0.
Yeah, they dominate that last fight. Just a little bit slow on finishing up the last couple of kills. We have seen a little bit of that lazy play near the end of fights from Wholesnack, but I mean, Linda's Primal Rage and the mechanics to get the kill on both supports at the end there was huge. And look at this double self-destruct as well from Labradoodle to end off the first round. But Linda's mechanics on the Winston was able to give her team a resounding victory in a lot of team fights just with the Winston mechanics. Primal mechanics, knowing of how to protect your head and making sure that the Widowmaker can not get as much damage on to your main tank. So definitely a lot of impressive Winston mechanics, and also Labradoodle's decision making on the Echo, and also the Brigade supply. Probably the three main factors that did give Wholesnack the victory.
Yeah, I gotta say I'm a little bit disappointed in Neptune. I really wanted that Wrecking Ball to, have some success other than just, stalling out the cart for a little bit of time. It didn't quite feel like it was as punchy as they needed it to be. And in fact, it felt like Labradoodle was, just as qualified as a DPS player on that Wrecking Ball. So sometimes you hate to see it, but I think hopefully if BEESWARM is smart, they'll take these notes home with them. They'll pack it up. They'll review their notes and come out even stronger than ever. But Hulk's not going to be content with the win, and especially the 3-0.
Yeah, a little bit sad because BEESWARM showed some incredible play at times. Texor on the 4 looked really, really clean at points. Even Rifler looked really clean on both Ashe and Widowmaker. And Emerald had some impressive sleep darts on the Ana. And Marby, of course, had a couple of good fights on the Lucio. When able to play that hero, of course, Lucio not the strongest support hero available right now. But when they were on their comfort picks, and when they were forcing Holzak into mid-fight decisions, they looked quite good, BEESWARM. But unfortunately, they were unable to get out of the hive, unable to collect some juicy honey, and Holzak were just able to eat their stack in one go and take the 3-0 victory.
Yeah, I mean, I really want to make a pun about a beehive and honey and snacking, but it's just not coming to me right now. So just
I'm trying. I can't find it
act like we made a really good joke and then carry that momentum through the rest of this cast. But yeah, absolutely. Whole Snack was looking really good. I think BEESWARM. It's hard for me as a shoutcaster to say, oh, this is where they failed because they didn't capitalize on these mistakes. I'm just the guy who shouts at ultimates as they're happening. But overall, I'm pleased with Whole Snack. I was not expecting them to do as good when we first kind of witnessed them on Lijiang Tower. But as we saw them go throughout the game, I think especially on Rialto, there was a tipping point for them, and it looked 100%. So good. And to see that improvement was fantastic.
Yeah, it was definitely entertaining. Remember, Holzak is a 1-3 team. They did not look like a 1-3 team today. Their opponents, BEESWARM, had a 2-2 record, and they dominated them here today, especially after that. After they kind of got smacked up on Rialto on their defense, they were like, right, okay, we're not bad at the game anymore, right? We're going to be good at the game. We're going to make good decisions. Labradoodle's going to carry us at points. Linda's going to kill things on Winston, and we're going to win this series. And I feel like they can definitely ride this momentum for the rest of the tournament. Of course, we have a couple more weeks left to play, and then we'll have the Fight for Redemption tournament and the playoffs. So it's going to be super exciting to see both of these teams in future matchups.
Yeah, absolutely going to be looking forward to it. And we'll also be looking forward to our next game as we get headed forward. We will be taking a quick break, as I understand it, but stay tuned. We'll be in the rookie division watching Ray Dragons and Boomer Squad. So stick around. We're going to